Oh, the vagina, the big V, the vagina. I'm singing the vagina song here. The vagina has been used to conquer nations, actually conquer men. It has been used in the downfall of many of the famous men throughout history and throughout our world. But why can't it be used to get a man to commit to you? Why can't you just give a man the vagina and keep giving him the vagina and have him magically want to marry you just because you're giving him the vagina? How many times am I going to say the vagina? Many times probably. Because the vagina is a very magic place. It's a very magical center. Men are very kind of enraptured and intoxicated by the vagina itself. They're very much enthralled by the vagina. And the vagina is actually on a man's mind probably every 3 seconds or so. He's constantly thinking about the vagina. But since the vagina is so very powerful, and it, in the way that it kind of makes men think about it all the time. And I mean, you and I are always thinking about our vaginas in one way or another because we have our vaginas on us, right? But why can't it get a man to want to pop the question, even if a woman has been giving him the vagina for a very long time? See, the thing is that the vagina is a reproductive organ, as you know, and I know, and it's a very powerful organ. It's a birthing organ. It's a reproductive organ. It's a pleasure place and a pleasure center and a place of, you know, when you get to know your I'm not a gynecologist, by the way, but when you get to know your vagina, then in a way where you understand all the nerve endings and all the things that go on down there, you begin to probably have vagina worship too. But we don't want to turn you into a vagina worshiper, probably. Just worship your own vagina. But why can't it be used for when a man starts to interact with the vagina in a very, very consistent way or on a regular basis? Why can't that powerhouse that has been used to conquer presidents and have men lie and steal and do very, very bad and naughty things, why can't it be used for them to get a man to want a deeper commitment to you? Well, here's the secret to the vagina. The vagina, although it is very powerful and men worship it and fall on their face on it all the time, if you know what I'm saying, they fall down and worship it, and they fall down in honor and homage to the vagina. Men are falling down right now, because if they're not falling down and worshiping the vagina, then people aren't being born into this world, right? And we want people to be born just like how we are born into this world, because it is because of the vagina why you and I are here. And men too. Boys, little boys and men are here because of the vagina. The vagina, as I said before, is very powerful, but why can't it be used if you give the man the vagina alone to get him to do what you want? See, there is a secret about why it cannot be used, even though it is so powerful, as the only tool to get a man to do what you want. The secret is that the vagina is just a physical tool, a physical place, a physical part of the body. And when men do what you want, like commit to you, they have to be locked into a spiritual interaction. So they have to bypass, or not even bypass, they have to go past the vagina and just go a little bit more beyond this very powerful vagina in order to want a commitment. They have to go past the physical house, this physical place where the vagina dwells. I'm not a fan with this, by the way. They have to go past this physical house. Or I should say, they have to go past the gate. So think of the vagina as a gate. If a man just stays at the gate all the time, then he won't be able to know what's going on in the house. In order to get him in the house represents a commitment, a special connection to you, where he's actually wanting to spend a lot of time around you, wanting to interact with you, wanting to introduce you to his family and his very good friends, his buddies. who also worship the vagina, in order for him to want to do those things, he has to move past the gate, which is the vagina, and he has to be in an intellectual, emotional, and spiritual connection or house. He has to come inside the house, which is the intellectual, emotional, and spiritual part of you that commingles with the vagina in order for him to want you every day, every minute, every hour. And when he begins to commingle past, and by the way, this video is slowing down for some reason today, and that's not good. But when he begins to commingle with you past just kind of enjoying sitting on the fence at the gate, staying at the opening of the vagina, when he begins to move past that and he moves and he travels through your influence into moving him past the vagina into a more kind of a deeper connection where he steps inside of the house instead of looking out at the gate, being a friends with benefits, or banging you, or just having sex with you and not anything else, or sleeping with you consistently, or maybe even cheating with you. I sure hope not. You're not on the other end of that abuse in the vagina that way. But when he begins to step into the house by your influence, and you're able to pull him in through the gates of your feminine energy and your essence, and through specific words and behaviors and how you interact and how you respond to him, he moves past the powerful vagina into something even more powerful, which is you get inside his mind because he's gotten inside of your house. Although the vagina is a very powerful weapon that many women use as a way to get a man's attention, and many women use as a way to get his interest initially, it will not, and I repeat, and I also believe this very strongly because it happens all the time, it will not get you what you really want in the long run, because he might like the pleasure of the vagina, but he might not like the taste of you, if you know what I mean. He might like the pleasure of the vagina, but he might not like the taste of you. In order for him to want more from the relationship, he has to want and like the taste, the yumminess of you. He has to like what is inside of the house. And I sure hope that house is clean. You know, I'm talking about not bitching and going off on a man just for anything. Controlling your emotions and allowing your mind to be the government and not your emotions to drive you, using your words in a very strategic way and thinking before you speak. I've had to learn all of that, and I haven't arrived. I'm still learning all of that, but I can tell you that I used to have a mouth that would run, and probably a lot of men could attest to this that have dated me in the past. I used to have a mouth that would run off somewhere in maybe the godmother's land, you know, and it's just like a vagina out of control. Control your vagina, please, and control your mouth so that you don't let your vagina do all the talking, because if your vagina is talking all the time, if you're sorry about that, my video is slow today, but if your vagina is talking all the time and you're trying to use sex as the magic tool to get him to do what you want, it's not going to work for you. I hope you've enjoyed the vagina monologue chat, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Bye. Now go pay attention to your vagina though, okay?